Hey guys, Gareth here. Do you have an angry piriformis muscle? Everybody else seems to these days, but this is the thing. The piriformis muscle isn't such a bad guy. Yes, it may be the cause of your pain. It may actually be the site of your pain. It might be trying to help you out whenever the other muscles in your hip aren't doing their job. So if another muscle in the whole hip region isn't really doing what it's supposed to, the piriformis ends up working overtime and doing a little bit more and then becoming sore or injured. So I'm going to show you a couple of ways just to help sort of combat that piriformis pain. So to start with, we're going to do a CAR, a controlled articular rotation. This is basically just asking the joint to move like a joint and asking the muscles to do what they're supposed to. So we're going to stand at our doorway. We're then going to bend our knee up at 90 degrees. At the same time, we're going to externally rotate. So we're going to bring the foot towards the doorway as we do it. So we're going to go externally rotate as we bend our knee up to 90 degrees. Once we reach 90 degrees, we're going to take it out to the side. At the same time, what we're going to do is then swap from external rotation to internal rotation. So as it comes out, your leg drops past vertical with the shin and rotates to 90 degrees there. So that's internal rotation. From here, we're going to extend out behind us and bring the leg back. Then we're going to reverse it. So we're going to extend out behind us, bring the knee to internal rotation, bring it back around to the front, dropping down through vertical to external rotation, and then back to the start. So as I say, this is putting your hip through external rotation, internal rotation, flexion and extension. So this covers all bases basically that you want with your hip movement. So again, you're going to start as you bend your knee up, externally rotate, you're at 90 degrees. From there, it comes out to the side as it drops past vertical and internally rotates. From here, extend out behind you and come back to your starting position. Again, we reverse that, we extend out behind us, then we bring it to internal rotation while getting the knee bent. Then, as we bring it around to the front, we drop through vertical with the shin into external rotation at 90 degrees, and then bring it back into our neutral stance. So that's a CAR, and that's just basically moving the joint the way it's supposed to be moved through its full range of motion. So the last move that we're going to do to help cure our achy piriformis is the 90-90 deep squat. This is quite an advanced move, so feel free to hold on to door handles or your couch or something to help support yourself. This move primarily works external and internal rotation off the hip, and again it helps build the strength that you need in those ranges to have nice happy hips. And if the hips work as they're supposed to and all the muscles are doing their jobs, that means the piriformis can relax off a bit, not get so overworked, and therefore you won't be in pain. So what we're going to do to start with is get into a 90-90 position. So front leg externally rotated, back leg internally rotated, sitting up nice and tall, hips as square as possible. Your hands are going to go here. So one out on the outside of your externally rotated leg, and one inside the externally rotated leg and in front of the internally rotated leg. From there, you're going to lift up into a deep squat. Hands again, one behind where the externally rotated leg goes, and one in front. And you're going to move into the other 90-90 side. So we'll do that again. Hand on the inside of the internally rotated leg, and behind the externally rotated. Other hand on the outside. Up into a squat, and down. So that builds the rotational strength that you need. So everybody builds external rotation strength in their hips by doing their squats, and they're always pushing their knees out. but people often forget about the internal rotational strength, and that's something that most people do need worked on. So again, if you need a bit more support, instead of a classic full-on 90-90, bring the feet in a little bit. So it's what, a 45-45, so that it's just a little bit closer, so your base of support is a little bit closer. So what you do is your hand on the outside, hand at the heel of the lead foot, support yourself up, that's you into your deep squat, and down, up, and down. As I say, this is an excellent exercise for just building that strength. You ideally will need your deep squat, otherwise you will need to hold on to, say, your door handles for support. So again, down, up, down. Try and make it nice and smooth. So guys, those are the moves to help relieve an achy piriformis or hip region in general. Now you'll notice that not much of it is static passive stretching. A lot of it is to do with building the strength in the hips so that all the muscles are doing the jobs they're supposed to. They're all working in sync with each other and taking load where they're supposed to equally.